Cash App UK is officially closed. In this video, I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to unpack all of that all-important information that you will need now that Cash App is no longer available in UK territories. So what does this mean for you who are currently using Cash App? If you're still using Cash App in the US, this will not affect the service that you're receiving from Cash App. You can still use the application right now. But what is Cash App for those of you who do not use Cash App now or have never used or heard of Cash App? Cash App is a peer-to-peer payment application system where you can send and receive money from your peers. This can be for a variety of reasons that you, the user, decides. Let's say you want someone to pay you back for a breakfast that you've brought for them. You could use Cash App in order to do this transaction. No matter what it is, as long as it's above the terms of service that Cash App have and you of course are not committing fraud, then you can receive money and you can send money to any other Cash App users. You would also have a cash tag. This is basically your username that somebody could enter in order to send money to you or where you are going to receive money to. As well as this, you also had a QR code that you could scan with your phone in order to get the details you need to send money to that user or of course receive money, because of course you might need the Cash App tag for some reason, and you can get the Cash App tag by using that QR code as well. So there's multiple uses to Cash App, and this is something you can still do now as long as you're not in a UK territory. So what does this mean for UK users? Can you use Cash App in the UK right now? Officially, no. But of course, when you enter another territory, then you will be able to use Cash App. Cash App currently is ceasing its service in the UK. So at the moment, if you have the UK version of the Cash App application, it will show you that the app is closing down. The reason why it's still closing down and isn't yet made unavailable in the UK territory is there are still users who might have money on Cash App. So you need to withdraw that money to your bank account so that you can have it in your possession, so that it's not stuck on the application. So the app is still there for UK users to take their money off of Cash App. What does this mean for people in the US that are currently using Cash App that may have been doing business or completing transactions with people in the UK? This means if you try to do a new transaction with any UK Cash App users, it will not be completed. You can no longer receive a payment from a UK user in the UK Cash App. You can't receive that money. You also cannot send money to a UK Cash App user because that service is now in process of closing down. So you're getting the idea of how this could affect you and your business if you're deciding to complete your transactions with a UK Cash App user. It means that you won't be able to collect that money basically right now. Of course, there are some UK Cash App users who might be upset about this news. But compared to the amount of user base there is in the US for Cash App, this isn't really going to hurt too many users as opposed to if it was going to close in the US. So Cash App have decided to focus domestically in the US. Now, Cash App is a US-based company, so it does make sense to try to grow that market first before expanding globally. Now, Cash App have sort of done a reverse effect of this. They've tried to expand to the UK market. They haven't continued to expand in the UK market in the way that they would like. Therefore, they have ceased their operations in the UK and they are now focusing on US Cash App users. Does this mean that Cash App may come back in future? Maybe. If there's a different UK infrastructure for payments and payment systems, Cash App could technically use the technology that they've had and have used previously in UK financial markets to create something new rather than Cash App UK. Because they have that knowledge now of how those payments can work with the system that they have, they might find an opportunity elsewhere. For example, right now, Cash App US has cards available, debit cards available. Maybe Cash App will create a debit card service somewhere in the UK, but it doesn't look likely at this point in time. Fintech can be very unpredictable in terms of what it can do in the future. The reason why this is the case is because you have a lot of technology you can implement, but there are a lot of rules that you need to follow when you're trying to expand globally. Some countries have different rules for their financial operations, meaning if the UK legislation goes against something that Cash App US is currently doing, then Cash App US won't be able to do those things in the UK. Therefore, Cash App UK won't be able to operate in the same way it is in the US because there are different laws that you have to follow in different countries. That may be one of the reasons why Cash App have decided to pull back. Focusing on a UK domestic market is a lot easier for Cash App US when the company is based in the US. One of these things could be tax. Because there are tax treaties and there is tax that is treated differently depending on what type of payment you're receiving, this could be a bit of a headache for Cash App US. It isn't a bank as well, which kind of goes against it as well. It isn't sort of like a bank fintech. It's a fintech which is peer-to-peer, and there's a lot less red tape that goes into sending and receiving payments from a peer-to-peer. Imagine how much legal and law that has to go in place in order to keep that application safe. When you're doing that in different territories and there are so many different laws and legislation to have a look at before you can operate as an application in that way, plus you have to be on the Apple Store and the Google Play Store or Play Store as well, Android Play Store. You also have to follow the rules of the place where you are delivering your service, delivering your application. Cash App have to consider all of this before they continue their operations. This could also be a reason why they decided to pull back from a UK financial market, because all of this has to go into play not only for the App Store that is available in the US, but also for the App Store that's available in the UK. So just to give you a few ideas there and get your brain ticking on how much goes behind these types of payment services that are available. Now, this could be a disappointment for some of you that were doing business through Cash App or considering Cash App as something that you want to do business with in the future, to use in your business in the future. This could go against you, the user, if this was something you were considering. But there is a lot more fintech that you can consider. I highly recommend PayPal. PayPal is one of those services that you can have a personal and business account, and it's available in a wide variety of countries worldwide. I've also covered every single country that PayPal is available in. I have a video that I've uploaded where I go through every single country where PayPal is currently available. There is some, and I mean some countries, because of the legislation that they currently have, because of some of the laws that they currently have, might not have the full service. They might have some services rolled back slightly or still rolling out in those countries. Most of them, though, from what I can see, are third world countries. So there are countries where you can use PayPal that are literally third world countries. So some of the infrastructure for the finance is still being put into place, and therefore some of PayPal is still being rolled out there. So just to give you an idea of how wide PayPal is currently available, just to give you an idea of how that works. You need internet service before you can start using these applications, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, my nose is itching. I've been rubbing it a few times. I'm completely natural, and there's no cuts in this one. I'm talking to you in a very face-to-face way, in a natural way, to show you that, you know, I'm here, and I'm also in the comment section below as well. So if there's something you want to ask me as somebody who's in the UK who was using Cash App, teaching Cash App as well, then of course you can hit me down in the comment section down below, because of course there is a lot to unpack here. This is just some of the information that I wanted to unpack with you right here about Cash App closing in the UK. This is a lot to look into. there's going to be a lot of changes to the application going forward, especially for the US users, because I believe that Cash App now focusing on US domestically is going to give them more wiggle room to have more development. So because there are laws that they're already in place with, because it's their home territory, then of course there's going to be more wiggle room to develop more and play around more in their own territory. So yeah, if you've enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. I've just spoken about Cash App, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to have more videos like this, then check out what's on screen right now. There will be a video somewhere, either here or here, that is for you. Check that content out. There's more where this came from. I'm still going to be looking into Cash App, so don't worry if you're one of these users. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. My name's Anthony Allen. Launch or observe.